my name is Courtney, and today I will just be doing a portfolio evidence based on a sick or injured animal. So with me today I have a bird that has been brought in from a member of the public. It appears to be a nightjar. We do think it is a female, so basically it has come in quite dehydrated. We do think that it is suffering from dehydration and malnutrition. Basically what we're going to do today is we're just going to go through a couple of tests just to see where the bird's health is at. Basically, so the member of the public has let us know that this bird has been circling its workplace, which is a big warehouse, for about 2 weeks now. They weren't able to get a hold of the bird until today. As far as they're concerned, the bird hasn't had any way of finding food or water, so we are quite concerned about its health in that way. As far as it's showing at the moment, it is very lame. It is not responding to us at the moment. We are able to handle it quite easily. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to run a series of tests, find out what's going on there. I will have my supervisor come in and have a little chat with me soon. Basically what she's going to do is she's just going to give me a few tips and tricks on how to look after this bird, basically. So whether that be administering it with fluids, providing it with heat, all those sort of things, just to make it more comfortable at this point in time. I will also go through it with her, what I've seen so far. Basically, I'll just go through a little list of behaviours it's showing, behaviours it's lack of showing, basically, and we'll go from there. So basically, because we are aware that the bird was found in a warehouse, that does give us a slight indication that it hasn't been able to hunt for the last 2 weeks. Basically, the people have let us know that the warehouse shuts down completely at night, so there is no sort of in or out way for that bird to escape. Basically, he would have to have some visual barriers just based on how dark it is in that warehouse, and also how enclosed it is in that warehouse. There isn't really much way for vermin to sort of kind of come and go as they please, which obviously these birds would normally start to prey on. So with me now is one of my supervisors, Sarah. Sarah basically is going to be giving me some advice on how to set up a cage so that we can care for the bird.
Okay, so what signs is the bird showing?
So since the bird has come in, he's showing signs that he may be he's suffering malnutrition. He is suffering dehydration. He is showing signs of weakness. Basically, every time we are having to handle him, he's quite easily handled. We aren't having to put too much force on restraining him. Now I will ask Sarah basically if she can just give me some advice and some instructions on how to set up that cage.
Okay, so because the bird that's coming is cold, he's very cold, he's been in the warehouse for 2 weeks, he's got no body mass on him, we need to make sure he's warm. So in this case we're using a hot water bottle with a towel over the top of it, obviously with no loose threads.
Yep.
And he's not going to get his claws stuck into.
Yep.
Being a nocturnal bird, we're also going to be covering him so that he's in complete darkness.
Okay.
So that's just initially getting him set up and stabilised. Then we will obviously be starting to offer supportive care such as oral fluids and hopefully some force feeding.
Okay, cool. So basically now I will take that advice that Sarah has given me and we will set up a cage and I will show you the steps to do so. So because I don't know if this bird is carrying a disease or not, we are going to be using correct PPE just to handle him. Basically, I'm just going to be putting gloves on just to protect my skin from any sort of germs like bodily fluids, bites, or anything like that. To take control of him, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop him up, hold his body, constrict his wings, pop his head away from myself, and move him. All we're going to be doing is moving him from one box to another. The cage that he is currently located in, that was brought in by a member of the public, has got open holes on the edge of it, which means that he can get his wings out, which can become a hazard for him. Okay, so today, now that we have got the bird in our care and we know a little bit more about what's going on with him, we are going to be removing him from one cage into the other. So the cage that he is in at the moment does have some long wide openings, basically that he can sort of get his wings stuck in that can cause pain for him. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to set him up in a new cage. In this, we are going to be putting a hot water bottle in there just to try to stimulate him a little bit more, just to get his blood flowing a little bit more comfortably. I am going to be handling him as well. So for handling, we are going to have to put some gloves on, like I said earlier. We are trying to minimise the risk of disease if he is carrying any. Safe handling techniques. We're going to grab him from his underneath, restrict his wingspan, and pop him into this cage here. Once he's in this cage, we will try to also administer some fluids for him. We will be administering those fluids orally, so we will be using a syringe and trying to feed him through his mouth. So basically, here we go. We're going to set this up first. I'm going to put the hot water bottle in and a nice towel for him. With the towel, we are going to try to use a towel that has no loose threads. Basically, those loose threads can become a hazardous option for the birds because they can get their claws stuck in them, which can cause pain and restriction. So here we go, we're going to set this up first. So this has previously been cleaned out and wiped out, so this is ready to go. So we're going to be popping this hot water bottle in. So I just prepared this that's a little bit earlier than that, so that's just got some nice warm water in there. This is going to sit at the base of the cage for him. Well, might be a little bit too much water in that. Just tip some of that out, make it more comfortable for the bird to be sitting on. Should be right to go. So we'll pop that in there. So we're just going to pop a towel in there. And then we're going to grab the bird. So once we have done this housing and set him up for the night, we are going to make sure that we do cover a towel over the cage, just because the bird is nocturnal. He will feel a little bit more comfortable in a dark environment. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to pop the gloves on, grab the bird, pop him in and lock him in. So we're just using a pair of disposable gloves just to protect ourselves. Right, so we're going to make sure that all comes out. So I just unlatching the cage. Cool. Alright, and with that he is in his cage nice and safe. So we'll just lock that down. Cool. So we'll throw these in the bin now. Just going to wash our hands. Right. So we will just cover him back over until we are ready to administer his fluids. There we go, he's now safely. So a few indicators that will show us that the bird is on the road to recovery is that he's showing more interest in food and in fluids. He's starting to move around a little bit more in his cage. He is able to open up his wingspan and that he is showing a little bit more resistance when we are trying to handle him basically. So we will monitor him over the next 24 hours and then decide from that point what